So my name is Anna Morrow. I'm the program manager for Midwest Cover Crops Council. And I've got a slide up here that just talks about the cover crop survey that SARE does every year. And it found that farmers cited that lacking information was the third most important limitation to cover crop adoption, behind tax credits and insurance discounts. Well, there's not much I can do about those things, but I can help with the information piece. They also found that seeding the right species for my operation was the third largest concern, behind establishments and then time or labor constraints. Everybody's got time or labor constraints. I can't help you there either. But figuring out what cover crop species and timing, I can help with that. So the Midwest Cover Crops Council is basically, like Jim said, a group of land-grant universities across the Midwest. So from Ohio to North Dakota, down to Kansas, those 12 states, and then Ontario as well. So we all get together and try and pool all the resources for cover crops and make them easy for you guys to find when you need some information. So we don't have a whole lot of cover crop research that has been completed. We're working on that, but we thought that pooling all our resources, getting all those extension publications in one place would be a big help, just to make that information available. So you may be in Ohio, but maybe Indiana or Michigan has relevant information that would help you out. So you can find them on our website. We just updated our website. How many have seen the old website, the MCCC? Yeah, it was kind of due for an update, I think. And so this is the new site. We really were focusing on making it user-friendly so that you can find the information that you're looking for. So we're going to kind of run through a few of the things that are on the website and help you out here. So here's the Ohio page. And let me see if I got a pointer here. Okay, so if you click on states, you can get to your state. And I know it's hard to read, but you take my word for it. We've got local resources. So here we can link to your local extension office, NRCS, SWCD. So we've got all those right there for you. We've got state contacts, or NICs. So who in Ohio is working with Midwest Cover Crop Council? If you've got a real tough question, you want to go to the state experts, who do you call? Those contacts are out there. And then we've got research and outreach that's being done across your state. So all those are found on your state page, and then below that, you can either scroll down or click on the extension publications, and you'll go to a list of different publications. If you're on the Ohio page, it's going to have Ohio publications. If you're on the annual ryegrass page, it'll be all annual ryegrass publications from across the Midwest. If you're on the termination page, it'll be termination publications. So you get the idea. And the most current publication will be at the top, so you're going to get the most recent information first. One thing I think is really handy, at the side of every page, we've got this browse by category option. So you can scroll through here and read all the different pages that we've got. If you're interested in a certain cover crop species, you can go straight there, or a certain topic. So if you're interested in grazing cover crops, you can click on that box and go straight to that page. I think that's going to be really handy in helping users navigate the website. So next, you may be familiar with our cover crop selector tool, and that is listed on the main menu right up here, and that will take you to this page. You click that green button, and you go straight to the selector tool. That hasn't changed from our old website. Maybe someday we'll give that a refresher, but for now it's just the same as it has always been. And I know it's difficult to read, but it doesn't look like much when you first go there. And that's because you have to put in your state and then your county, and once you give us that information, we'll give you specialized seeding windows based on your county. So We've taken 30-year climate information from across the Midwest, and we've designed this seeding date calculator that will give you the best seeding dates for your county based on frost date information. So every county is different, so we can't give you any information until you give us your county name. So the next step after you get this seeding window is to go and tell us what's your cash crop. And this just serves as a reminder in the tool to say, hey, if you want to seed this certain cover crop, just keep in mind that you have a crop in the field during this window. So you'll put in, whether you have corn or beans or wheat, whatever you've got, and your planting and harvest dates. And then we'll put that blue box over the seeding windows. And like I said, that's just a reminder to say, hey, you've got a crop in the field, you can go out there with a drill and put cover crops out. The next thing we ask for is drainage information. So you'll go ahead and put in your drainage classification for whichever field you're talking about. The web soil survey is a good place to look up your drainage class information if you're not aware of what that is when you go to the tool. And then we're going to ask about tile drains and flooding. So if you do have a tiled field, you get a little bit of credit for that. So we're going to say, well, it might be a poorly drained field, but you're going to drain a little faster with tile drain. You're going to be able to plant some more species. So based on your soil drainage classification, that may knock a few cover crops out. We may not recommend that you plant certain things based on your drainage class. And then the really cool thing is you'll go down here to goals and you'll say, why am I planting cover crops? What's the goal for my cover crop use? So we've got a whole list for you to sort through there. You can pick whatever you like. And then we rank all the species. Anything that ranks 0 or 1, being poor or fair, they gray off the list. So we're going to say, well, these don't really meet your needs. We don't recommend those. Everything else is ranked 2 to 4, 4 being excellent. And you can't read it on this screen, but in these purple and pink bars, each cover crop is rated based on what attributes you select. So you see all the brassicas fell off the list here. They're all grayed out. On your screen, you'll be able to kind of see them, but pretty tough up here. So we've just selected nitrogen scavenger, erosion fighter, and good grazing. So if you want a species that meets those 3 objectives, these are your options. And then we've got your seeding windows up there as well. So you can take seeding dates and your goals and kind of sort through to find what cover crop species will meet your needs. One thing that people often overlook is if you kind of zoom in on that list of cover crop species, you can click those species and you'll get an information sheet. So things listed on the information sheet are some termination tips, planting tips, other cautions. So if you have radish, don't plant it next to a subdivision because it's going to smell when it dies in the winter. Things like that are going to be on these information sheets. And just like to point that out because a lot of times they get overlooked, and that's where we put a lot of work and a lot of negotiation into what goes on those sheets. So I just wanted to kind of demonstrate the difference in the seeding windows across your great state of Ohio. So this is Williams County, one of your northernmost counties. Excuse me. So I'm going to click to Erie County. I want you to keep an eye on the green bars. I know you can't really read the words, but you can see as we click, those bars are going to change. So Erie County, even though it's still up north, you're getting some lake effect. So I'll just click back. There's Williams, Erie. So you're getting a little broader seeding window because of that lake effect. And then if we click down to Lawrence County, And you'll see your seating windows change from there too. So Erie County, Lawrence County. So I just always like clicking through there because you can see how they shift and broaden. So it's nice to kind of demonstrate that. So we really are using 30-year climate information to build this tool and customize it to your county, whether you're in Ohio or North Dakota or Nebraska. Other cover crop resources, we've got a cover crops field guide. You should check that out. It's got a lot of good information about the most popular cover crop species and some up and coming ones as well. Jim mentioned we're having our annual meeting next week. So Tuesday is our business meeting. You're welcome to join us. We'll be giving updates about what's going on around the Midwestern states. And then on Wednesday, that's our conference day, and I'm really excited about it. The folks in Grand Rapids, Michigan, they said, we want to have a farmer in every breakout session. And I said, well, that's kind of a lofty goal. But we're going to have a farmer in every breakout session for 3 different tracks. We've got forages and grazing, field crops, and vegetable crops. And just almost every one of those sessions has a farmer and a researcher paired together that are working on the farm to test some cover crop issues. So that'll be a good time. We're taking registration right up to the last minute. So if you're available next week, we'd love to see you. And then Managing Cover Crops Profitably is a SARE publication. A lot of the information in the tool and on our website comes from this publication. It's a national publication, so we try to get our information a little more focused on the Midwest. And then like the selector tool, that will be specific to Ohio.